Alrighty, welcome back to TYT Sports. Rick Strom and Jason Rubin. The UFC could possibly see a very, very interesting return in the form of Anthony Rumble Johnson. At 33 years old, he has been retired for roughly 6 months, I would like to say. So in that retirement, he has obviously not been competing, but he's also taken up a medical marijuana business. Nice. Yet his, nice, score one for the home team. Nice. But with that being said, his manager told Ariel Helwani on his phenomenal show, the MMA Hour, said, quote, "It has to make sense for him, as in Rumble. He'll come back as a heavyweight. We want him to come back as a heavyweight." Hold the presses. I agree completely. Isn't it stop the presses? Can you say hold?
It's not. You could technically stop the print, stop the printing. The idea of it would
stop the hammering.
The idea would be like, there's a mistake in the headline. We have to change the headline. Stop everything that is being printed out, because we're still talking about the printing press as if it's 2002.
Right.
Dad reading fucking New York Times on paper. What are you doing? Brett Ehrlich brings in a New York Times. It comes in a thing. Those blue
How vintage.
baggy things that the newspaper. Here's the craziest thing about the newspapers.
It is a blue baggy thing.
The shortest of all tangents, I promise you. I have 2 cousins who are much younger. They're, I think, about to turn 8 years old. They're twin boys. They've never seen, like, we were driving, we were going to McDonald's, taking them to get some French fries, and they saw like a newspaper dude chucking the newspapers out.
Like in Paperboy,
yeah,
Nintendo.
Yeah, exactly. And they were like, "What's the post office man doing?" It's like, "Oh, he's a little bit high, kids. It's okay, you'll learn. One day you'll understand." They'll also never change a light bulb. But
I love how you called the thing that newspapers come in a blue baggy thing.
Well, what is it? A blue bag? But it's a very oddly shaped bag. Like it's like the same.
It's the perfectly shaped
bag. It's like
bag.
A Subway shaped bag, like that you get for a sandwich. But they don't put a sandwich in there. They put a newspaper in there.
That's very true.
Somebody's crushing that aspect ratio of bagging business.
It either comes in blue or clear plastic bags. I get the
We're at the Star Ledger in New Jersey.
My apartment.
Anybody want to take a shot? Star Ledger in New Jersey. What color?
Green.
Yellow. What's the Tribune? Blue.
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 Blue or white.
The Globe. Chikori, what does the Globe come in?
Blue.
Blue.
Blue. I'm blue.
The pen. Pen.
It's blue.
The pen is blue. Back to Rumble Johnson.
Like a boxer, I just want to box those things. All right,
better.
So back to Rumble. Going to heavyweight, I completely agree with this move. Daniel Cormier said that he wants to go to heavyweight. Could he try and make that fight once again? Well, certainly the UFC would love to make it, because as we have discussed, Jason, many, many times with this audience on this medium, it is that the UFC is starving for money, especially William Morris Endeavors, who acquired the company for over $2 billion. So yes, they should make that fight. They want it to happen, even though Rumble has lost twice to Daniel Cormier. Nonetheless,
fun fighter, aesthetically pleasing to watch.
Rumble.
Yes.
Yeah, of course. So the heavyweight division could be one of the weakest divisions currently in the UFC.
Correct.
I am not saying that he should get a title shot against Stipe Miocic. I think that's flat out dumb to try and implement that fight right off of retirement. But hypothetically, if he does come back, this could be a good division for him to compete, not take a shit ton of damage, and also potentially win. So I agree with his manager.
He does have one heavyweight win to his.
Right, it was not in the UFC though.
It was not. It was the World Series of Fighting, but in
against
March.
Arlovsky, right?
Yeah, in March of 2013, so not that long ago, 4 years ago. It wasn't like a heavyweight fight from when he was, 20. I think the quote here is, "We're meeting with the UFC this week to see what he wants to do." Dana White really loves Anthony Johnson. I love Anthony Johnson. Rick loves Anthony Johnson, but based off some of the meetings that have come from, or at least the most recent quotes about Cyborg, about how fighting Holly Holm, they want her to take less money than she got for fighting Tanya Evinger. You're just sitting there going like, man, negotiating with them, like there's the talks before, and then they have those meetings, and you just know that fireworks will be going off online, on Twitter, MMA Fighting, whichever source you can find, about who and what is screwing over about money for X, Y, and or Z. So I hope it works out for Anthony Johnson. Obviously, to get him to come back, you're gonna have to pay him.
Of course.
He can just sit there and be like, "No, man, I'm gonna go blow some trees up in my marijuana business."
blow some trees
Blow
up
some trees
in my marijuana business.
marijuana business, both figuratively,
That's what people say.
literally, and metaphorically. Look, there are some forests that needs to be taken down. By that I mean grow more weed. I haven't smoked in 8 months, so there's that. If anybody's wondering.
Full disclosure.
Full disclosure.
So yeah, I think that this could be a good move. I'd like to see him against Alistair Overeem. Let's start there, and then let's work our way up.
Agreed 100%.
Alrighty, good stuff.